Hello and welcome back to Michele Holden Art, Beyond Mixed Media. And today's video is going to be a start to finish art journaling page like I usually do, but there's a difference. I am going to time myself about 20 minutes. If you didn't catch my 100-day project, where it was 100 days of 10-minute art and all the benefits, I will leave the link, or the link is in the playlist on my YouTube channel. And there are so many benefits for just creating itself in what it does and what our brains do and our hearts do when we're doing that. So 20 minutes can only do more. I think the average time is 20 minutes a day. This is neuroaesthetics is so beneficial to different parts of our brain. I won't get into the whole science behind it, but it is amazing. So this page, I thought, I was looking through all of my art journals and organizing for my course. And speaking of courses, if you have not signed up or tried my 5-day free course, that is available evergreen all the time. And it is a great way to start. I also have the Create With Me live video sessions on Tuesday, though I am changing the time from 2 to a later time in the evening. And I think, let me know, I think it's going to be at 7. So I will see you there. But today's video is all about being inspired by this color palette and just going into the page. I'm not going to worry about taping it off. This is back in the day when I did a lot of that. And now I feel I don't even need to do it anymore. But I do love the clean look. And I don't have the same collage papers, but I do have similar stencils. And I'm going to be starting it a little different, though the part that's really inspiring is this mark making page. And I ran out of that, but I know I can make the marks. So I'm going to start the page in that way with a very simple palette with turquoise, yellow oxide, unbleached titanium, and white and black. Simple tools, some water-soluble crayons, water-soluble graphite for my marks, and so let's see what happens. This is an acrylic ink. It's indigo. So I'm just going to use a little bit of indigo. With a nice warm tone of burnt umber. And this is just a dropper. I'm just going to put in a little bit of water. And I always love starting with a pencil. So I'm trying to extend my mark making with graphite, water-soluble graphite, changing the pressure. I still haven't gone as far as I need to go. In exploring. And slowing down. And I don't even know if this will still have the same composition, because I'm really not worried about that, but I love this brown. As fall approaches, of course, I get, and maybe you get, very influenced with what's going on in your surroundings. This is a bamboo skewer. So I've been, last week, if you checked out the grid journaling, so thinking about that, it's really an extension of what I've been doing in my grid journaling, and now I want to make a page using some of those marks. And look what it's doing here. Okay, I think I need more. Okay, I just want to do a puddle. Now, I could use the dropper. The dropper's pretty good, so you can have more precise drops, or not. But what I've found, and you only get to know this when you practice your mark making, is when the ink is on the surface here, the bamboo skewer can really, skewer, I should say. And now I'm going to have a whole bunch of excess, but I'm just going to soak that up with some paper towel. And completely different, but now I want to move that around just lightly. The brayer, as I say, is the best for that. Now I want to come in with some indigo. Oh, don't need water. And I'm going to use this and gently squeeze it. There. And now I want to slow down. When you're slowing down and really noticing and paying attention to every little nuance of your mark, that's when your voice really shows through, and I'm really noticing that. Like these marks I'm making now, I've not made before. Though it's a new tool, so that's a great influence. So I have 3 different mediums here. Okay, so now I think I want to sort of do, you could say it's pretend writing, asemic writing, stream writing. I'm just taking a breath and a pause. Okay, so how do I, without taking all this time to dry it, I will dry it. And of course, I don't have the patience today to wait. I know this is going to change it, but I'm just going to let the page itself, I'm not going to add pressure, absorb the ink. I've not done that before. Patience. There we go. I didn't interfere, and look at the great marks I have on this new piece of multi-layered collage paper, and this is just the first layer. Going back to this, you see how different it is at the beginning, but it just depends on how far you go. So this is a overall composition, but I don't think I want to take this in that direction. So let's see what happens. That page was an inspiration or a spark. to new. And this still is a little damp, so you can use another brush that's just been dampened, and you can use it as a sort of the soaking up brush for all of the puddles without interfering with the marks too much. Okay, so now that that's a little more dry, and I did soak it up without interfering with the marks, I'm going to veil, cover with, using my color shapers. I'll just move the brushes over. And let's see, you can see, good. I've got a nice wide view today, but I am going to move it over. If you don't have a color shaper, you can also use, I cut up this gift card, an Old Roots gift card, but you could leave it full. And I really wish that was so I could get into some small spaces, but I think I'm going to find another card. It's just sharper. There's something it does differently from the color shaper. Now I like to mix a little white. Just lightens that up. And so there's no smudging, there's a little bit. It's nice to make sure that it's dry. And this is where you can experiment with opacity, transparency, and translucency. And look at those fine lines. And I think what I want to do before I go any further is add a few more single ones. There we go. And some white here. Slightly damp still. That's it. Because I want to use some collage. Oh, if you go in really thick, there should be a spot. Let's do that right here. Then I like to echo the line or do something completely different. And that's super thick, so that'll take more time to dry, but I'll work over in another area. So I don't know if I'll need these, maybe in the later layers. So bringing in these I used on my Create With Me live, not last week, the week before, and it was really fun. As you can see, the paint will build up, and you can just create some interesting edges, shapes, and I just want to experiment with that right now. So I'm going to go horizontal. I think I'm going to use a little yellow oxide. Notice my tones are muted, so I'm really getting in the, really exploring the muted tones. That's where you're adding a tint or a shade, or even an opposite, or another color. You're changing the value and the intensity. Went underneath, but that's okay. Oh, we might even see how that one got a little messed up. So I'm going to take some of that off because I want it to be transparent or translucent. Okay. So I don't know if I'm going to take this journal page right to finish, but it's a start. And say if you only had, well, we've been under 10 minutes. Say if you only had that amount of time. Oh, the feeling of just the marks and escaping into this creative, meditative mode, following your intuition, is so mindful. You could just do that in several 3 or 4 pages and then come back and do the next layers. So there's many ways to approach your art journal, especially in this intuitive art process. So next, I think, usually I would have did the water-soluble crayons before the paint, but I wanted to change that. I wanted to experiment with my sequencing of layers. I want to come in, not with the bright color, but another earth tone. That's a little too red for me. So I'm going to switch to these are water-soluble oil pastels, which is sort of cool. Raw sienna. Oh, much better. I might add water to them. I might just leave them as is. Since I think I will do a little bit of a wash. And I usually use just a soft brush, making sure that ink is dry, which it is. Now it's mixing in a little and making it a little muddy, which is really interesting. Okay. And say if that was too strong, I could just come in, lift it, and even lift it before it spread. Oh, I took away my marks. Oh, I love happy accidents. Very cool. So that sort of made me want to do something like this. So now you can see that those marks now are going to be way in the background. Where am I going to add the blue? Well, I'm going to come in with some collage. I'm going to change colors. My simple palette, I don't want it just to be a neutral this time, though I love those. I could come in, totally cover. I could, see that's just, they're conflicting, the marks, so I'm not going to use that. Here's a nice piece. It's not blue, but look how it shows the marks underneath. So I might leave that. There's this beautiful piece. I've been saving it. My Create With Me group knows, because I've been trying to use it every week and still haven't. So I think what I'll do is use my other color shaper, come in, but I'm going to mute the blue down, of course. A nice Naples yellow. This is what this sort of reminds me of. Would be beautiful as well. And so the color shaper glides over a bit more. I'm just going to spritz it. Now, that's an indigo, so it's cooler. This is a warmer blue. And this, I believe, is a Payne's gray. as I said earlier. Okay, I think I just want this here. Now, this has a little dent in it, which is rather frustrating. So I'll switch to my other one. And I'm really liking that. So it's very earthy. Okay. So we'll put some of this in here because I plan to paint over it. It's just a nice piece of old text page. Oh, I love that. Did it all on its own. And this is now building to be a more horizontal. And these old text pages tear so nicely. There, it's good. Right in there. See how it fits with the other opaque pages? I don't know if I'll put in any more blue or this tone, more the other. Nope. I think we need a slightly larger piece that can show off all of those beautiful lines over here. Oh yes, look at this. It's nice to keep that and then shadow those, or veil those, I should say. And you could even put stronger, like black lines under there. And when you start with your authentic marks, it shows your voice so nicely. Your true art, what we're going for, what we're searching for in this whole life and game of art. Loving this shadow, and I'm not going to touch that behind. See how that line stopped here? So I didn't notice that right away, but intuitively, that's why I needed a size like this. Interesting shape. Love it. I won't cover all of the blue. Put it right there. So I don't worry about starting. I've not started with shapes so much. I like to let those develop. And here is a nice piece of translucent black. Yep. So it's ending up being covered, but not totally. And I'll show you the other piece again. We'll compare as to how this is inspiring this piece. So at this stage, I like to look in my tiny scraps for anything even, see, that's too strong. It doesn't feel right. Maybe. So there's already text, so I don't need that. It's my glue stick. No, I think we're good. Let's look here just for some last minute. Yeah, there we go. I was looking for another piece of light. So I want to just, so it's enhancing that. It's bringing the eye down. It's not covering everything. It's just adding another layer of interest. And it's not totally opaque. Oops, that's what happens sometimes when I hold the brush at too much of an angle, but we saved it. This is the heavy gloss medium that I'm using. Okay, I think we have enough layers. Now let's see. We have been just under 20 minutes. Don't think I want that on there. But I do think I need a little something. Now this is Payne's Gray, not black. And I'm only going to put it in a little area. Just to see. Perfect. See, it's not as strong as the black here. Nice. Okay. So I didn't end up using as much paint. Sometimes I've been better at just putting out enough, but let's increase some of the right here. Not so much in the middle, but here. So we're overlapping, and I think it would look really interesting. I don't think I want any more on here. So that was under 20 minutes. Of course, I'm going to dry it, finish up with some gold pen, and I still save my favorite piece of collage. I'll know when it's the right page to use it, as we know. So to tie in a little bit more blue, I think I'll just do that. And I'm just sort of rolling it around, as you can see. And this sort of goes under that piece because the blue's up there. And I might even add a little water. There. Okay. Let's see this. And I like to finish emulating the lines underneath. And that's it. So, what one page can inspire, as you can see, ending up, and I just thought, okay, the marks are on this side, different corners. It's not the same up there, but it has the same feel, right? More blue. This one has more yellow oxide, more warm, less blue. But it was still a very inspiring piece. And a lot of the tree echoing and water, which I don't have the water, but that's okay. I might put that in later after it sits maybe for a day. So I hope this was inspiring. It's amazing what you can do and in under 20 minutes. And as you can see, this is a watercolor, 9 by 12 Canson, and it's my exploration, which they all are. Some are more specific. And with inks, acrylics, and starting to really explore the mediums, and it has been very, very fulfilling. So, hope to see you on Tuesdays. Try out my 5-day free course. The link is in the description. The Create With Me link is in there, so you'll know what's coming, what to bring, material lists, free downloads and guides. There's all sorts of stuff waiting for you. So, happy creating, and I will see you in the next video.